Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals, your buddy John Megacycle here. Kenji becoming victorious in his bout against Naomi. Was really hoping we'd see a little bit more diversity out of Naomi, but Kenji just pulled it out. Really good mix of Tengus and King Oni and tank busters and tsunami tanks. It just everything worked. So let's see if Shinzo, holy cow. This has been happening to me all day. I just can't talk. I apologize if I just insulted anybody. I'm not a bad person, I hope. Alright. Kenji versus Shinzo. Whoever wins this best of 3 is going to move on to the finals, either against the Allies or the Soviets. So yeah, let's see where this lands. Kenji to the east, Shinzo to the west. Oh! Another power core? Yep, okay. Power dojo. So Kenji went power dojo. Shinzo went power dojo power. Don't really think that once the first dojo core, or once the first power core lands, nothing really else matters. Okay, 2 refinery cores. Ooh, burst drones out immediately out of Shinzo. Interesting. Wonder if we're gonna see the same nasty trick. Oh man, a bunch of burst drones. Okay. Yep, we're seeing the exact same dirty trick. Quick occupy and a quick release. That is nasty. What about over here? Not yet. Shinzo was faster with that tactic. That is stupid amounts of rude. Again, as I mentioned before, Empire of the Rising Sun does not have any level 1 anti-air infantry. You have to build a war factory in order to have any real response to aircraft. That, or you could build defender cores. Yep, okay, there we go. We've already seen the rebuttal. A Jet Tengu, right out the gate. First capture of Shinzo took an oil derrick. Blah, 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 blah. This is interesting. Also a mecha bay. I anticipate to see some naval activity, but not as much as Naomi. Oh, is this the same crap? Look at this. The same shenaniganry. So Shinzo did it first. Yep, and then reacted with a Jet Tengu. Okay. We're seeing a straight up even matched rock, paper, scissors play. Okay, this is a no burst drone zone. Clearly. Okay, so what's Shinzo gonna bring to the table that's any different? Maybe more Jet Tengus? Maybe more infantry? I don't know. The simple fact they're letting this slide, they're letting this happen, is always confusing to me. That's okay. I don't have to understand anything. I'm just here to have a good time. No burst drone zone. Easy capture. Shinzo moving in economically pretty hard, making sure to grab both those structures. Now with a quick move in, you actually could take Kenji pretty hard with as many Mecha Tengus as he's got going on. Burst drones to the south, hidden in wait. 2 Mecha Tengus there. Chopper VX. It's always interesting to me when you make the decision to go to Chopper VX. Or they come out as strikers. Striker VX. Okay, some tsunami tanks. Oh, first approach. What's the plan, Shinzo? A lot more confrontation earlier. Yep. And now the Megacycle is transformed to take down the strikers, and they didn't take down a single striker. Ouch. That was not well executed. Kenji pushing Shinzo off. Yeah, that was not well executed. He needed at least 2, maybe 3 more mechas. Mecha Tengu, Jet Tengu, to make that deal sealed. Kenji was able to capture the oil derrick. Now Shinzo shooting it up in opposition. Yep, that was an expensive mistake. Oof. Kenji looking like he's playing his cards really, really, really right. Just really right. An expansion here out of Shinzo. And a mirrored expansion from Kenji in kind. Shinzo. Man, why is that hard? Why is that difficult for me to wrap my head around? I could have used a nap. Easy pickings right here. Why are you not firing? Could have easily tackled those strikers. Why did that engineer double back? It sounds like a really stupid joke. Alright. Shinzo was able to capture that back. Kenji just nuking it. Just get it out of here. Yeah, those little plasma guns are a nuisance at best. Especially against anything armored. Kenji has a lot going for him right now. Baby boop boop. How are we doing on the economics side of things? 3 refineries, 3 harvesters. All good for Kenji. And same for Shinzo. Yep, no more burst drone shenaniganry happening here. Kenji definitely seems to have a bit more of battlefield dominance, though. Those strikers... Oof. Or choppers. Oh. Lots of damage, and the enemy can't fire back. A lot of back and forth here. A lot more back and forth than we saw with Naomi. So I'm at least happy about that. Yeah. Kenji has definite air superiority on the brain. And looking to expand. That'll be the 4th expansion point. Actually, Shinzo already ahead of the game when it comes to economics. That's interesting to see. Oh, this could be devastating. Sudden transport down. Why in the world did they deploy? It just made them vulnerable. And then they walk out. I don't... Okay. I'll never understand. And maybe, you know, it's not my job to. Sit back, relax, kick your feet up. Just enjoy. Another strike coming out of Kenji. I can't remember what that's called. The Emperor's Fury or something. There's that. I'd love to see a push against somebody's economic base, which I guess I'm seeing right now. Wow, nice move out of Shinzo. The power core, nanotech mainframe. Probably going to see Yuriko pretty soon out of Kenji. Any teching up over here? Yep, nanotech mainframe right there. I'd love to see some wave force artillery. I would love to see something like that. A high-end a very high-end artillery unit of some sort. Kenji just gonna do some harvester harassment. Does that doesn't activate security protocol, does it? Security measure? Security system. No. The harvester itself has to be attacked. But again, that's not a bad strat. Go attack the harvester, deal 1 point of damage. Harvester freaks out, goes defensive, and just, you know, scoots. Battlefield is just weirdly quiet. Okay, I count 5 tsunamis, more power. Oh, Psionic Decimator. Shinzo with the first super weapon online. Interesting. And another Buzz Bomb attack. A defense, a Defender VX. Interesting. Interesting. I think a lot could change here really quickly with literally 4 of the Chopper VX. A little bit of harassment out of Kenji. Expansion for Kenji and Shinzo. I'd like to see what the sudden transport's going to be used for. Sudden transport actually pretty interesting. You can cloak as an enemy unit. Hey, Wave Force Artillery, like I wanted. That's gonna get immediately grinched before it has a chance to do anything. Wave Force Artillery, crazy amounts of fun. Did you Buzz Bomber yourself? Holy crap, you did. Good show. And that is a Shinzo Yuriko. Is that Wave Force Artillery? Yep, exactly. I was like, that Wave Force Artillery can get a lot of work done. Yeah. It does stupid damage. Oh, I lost it immediately. Well, that actually was more definitive. Like I said, I did want to see more of an economic strike against these two players to see how far we would get. And I got my wish. I got my wish. King Oni's coming out for Shinzo. What else we got here? I don't see any tech. Everything is still Tech 2. Yep, that's still Tech 2. Yuriko getting immediately decimated. Ouch. Her Sonic Scream is something that really, really pays off, and it just didn't come to fruition. A couple of Yaris subs out of Kenji. Not seeing any big power play moves quite yet. Oh, we got some harassment going on here. That's a brilliant move. It's a lot of tank busters. Oof. Okay, now the ceremonial retreat and reconsolidation of troops. 2 minutes and 35 seconds until the Psionic Decimator's online. That's gonna change some stuff. Right here is where I'd chuck it. 3 power plants and the nanotech core. Nanotech mainframe, yeah. Okay, a little bit of a scrap over here. Those rocket angels are definitely helping. I always thought that the paralysis abilities of some units was a little overpowered. Okay, wave artillery, what's going to happen here? Seeing a bit more of a mix and match of units in this matchup. Man, they're always calling those support powers just a little too late. But Shinzo getting a really nice punch into Kenji right here, even with a couple of tsunami tanks. Well enough to disrupt the harvesting operations. A King Oni and a Force Wave Artillery. Wave Force Artillery. Honestly, if it were me before going to the main base, I would pluck this and just start shutting down economy. Then every single second of the game, you're making more money than they are. Tsunami Tank's getting in some real hustle. Yeah, those Rocket Angels. Oof. Yeah, not great against infantry, but any port in a storm, right? Yeah, I think this is going to be it for Kenji. Yeah, Wave Force Artillery just erases buildings. It just removes them from play. There you go. Tap 6 red mana, remove everything from the game forever. There you go. This is the scary thing about Empire of the Rising Sun, is you can crank out cores like crazy. If you had to set up a beachhead somewhere, drop the MCV, crank out 4 power cores, a dojo core, Sonic Decimator. You just crank out like a lot of infrastructure in a very short amount of time. It ran over the Wave Force Artillery and then exploded. What the fudge? I think all we have here is this couple of refineries and that naval core. Wow. The Grand Master, Daddy Shinzo, coming in, teaching little kid... What the hell was it? Oh, here we go. Teaching little kid Kenji how to play the game. That was really interesting. Again, could have gone either way. Could have gone absolutely either way with how that was going to get played out. I had no idea. I thought Kenji was going to give Shinzo a run for the money and then eventually win. But this is another upset that I did not see coming. There were quite a few times in there. Rewind the tape. Quite a few times there. I'm like, you know what? If you just attack Kenji, you've got this. But no. I don't know if it was a different unit mix, or just the rate in which they were engaged, or what, but this worked out. I love how the missiles just kinda fling around a bit. It really adds a lot to the beauty of the weaponry, I think. Yeah, Naval Corps, Imperial Docks, and that's it. Kenji built way too many of the Yaris subs, for sure. Yari. Why do I keep saying Yaris? Oh, Yuriko Omega to shut this down. That's it. Oof. Kenji, rough break, mate. Oh. Lasted a lot longer than Naomi, that's for sure. Okay, only thing I really honestly care too much about is resources. Both had steady increases, but Shinzo had it. Had the whole thing. Alright, next round. Let's go. Alright, Shinzo, what do you have? Same tricks up your sleeve? Now, the funny thing is, all the same dirty tricks we saw Kenji pull against Naomi is the same thing Shinzo is pulling against Kenji now. This stupid burst drone trick. Yeah, actually, look at how long it's taking for the Dojo Core to come online. He just deployed it. Dojo Core's already up. So, snap off, what? 3 burst drones? That might not sound like a lot, but that's a pretty decisive advantage if you're trying to rush burst drones. So there's already 2 burst drones on the field. I don't see Kenji building any burst drones. More engineers. So now, what do we have? We have Shinzo here with a burst drone. And he could already start aggroing harvesters, right? Which is just so rude. There's a shipment of money you're not going to get. Now, the only reason why this defensive system, the security system, can even hit the burst drone is when the burst drone is attached, then detaches or unattaches or whatever. I'm assuming it's regarded as a land item for a fraction of a second. And then not anymore because it's airborne, right? If I had to guess, that would be my take on it. Is this guy already dead? Like, is his AI loop busted? That is so asinine. Okay, it looks like it recovered. And now it didn't. Okay, yeah. Jet Tengu come in, spoil the party, right? Yeah, okay. Anyway, back to it. Shinzo already with a capture. Probably about 30 seconds ago. I was just so enamored with watching the jerk-baggery of the burst drone. Oh, we have a burst drone here from Kenji. And first Mecha Tengu, turn Jet Tengu, turn it dead. Okay. Yep. We saw this the last match as well. The age of the burst drone ends fairly quickly. Fairly quickly. A couple of Mecha Tengus on the field. The third expansion has not gone for by anybody yet. I could have sworn I saw an engineer. Ah, there you go, happy boy. The Empire has the sprint. Okay, I thought it was called haste. Oh! Our first real dogfight. Oh, don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. That is so risky. When you decide to chase, since the Mecha Tengu / Jet Tengu cannot fire and move at the same time, that makes that incredibly problematic because you're making the decision of, for the next whatever, I'm not going to be able to deal damage. And then you become a nil threat. That's risky. If that were me in that confrontation, switch targets, attack the other guy, you're still a 2-to-1 ratio, you still might be able to win that. But Shinzo definitely surrendered the fight when now what? Now why? Oh my gosh, what was to gain here? Do a quick chase. Okay, they split off. That was so stupid and risky. Why? Well, every second that passes, from a while ago, means Shinzo's making mad bank with those oil derricks. 15 credits might not sound like a lot, but over time, that stacks. Oh my god, what was the plan there? Oh, you wasted an entire Gundam for a bad decision. Not a big surprise, but kind of big surprise. Alright. Kick this up a notch. I'd like to see more Mecha Tengus. I'd like to see more economic expansion. Kenji's gonna have to get his butt together if this is gonna last for too much longer. Yep, those burst drones are not gonna fly anymore. Like, literally. Because they're gonna get shot. And this Jet Tengu's a complete waste. Because that's gonna happen. Ugh. Quick capture from Kenji over here on an oil derrick. I said before, like, oh, Shinzo's gonna have a massive economic advantage, it's gonna be great. Now with dumb mistakes like that, he's not. Shinzo making his first real expansion. The Northeast, trying to get on that money. I like to see Kenji do the same. Kenji's usually just a few seconds behind Shinzo. If anything, oh my god, attack the strikers. If you can get this War Factory, or this Mecha Bay, wow, that's $2,000. Yeah, and now the battle's over. That was an impressive scoot. That's 2,000. Kicked right out. Ore refinery going online for Kenji, and I saw an engineer. going on a bit of a mountain stroll. So economically, Shinzo still quite a bit in the lead. Oh, and another engineer here. Oh, this is going to be like the Soviet match we had. Let's quit trading hands. Just keep trading. Just keep trading positions. It's fine. No, this isn't monotonous and a complete waste of resources. Just keep trading hands. Okay, quick capture there for Shinzo. And if Kenji can get his Tuckus over here, and now we'll see the sprint pretty soon. There we go. You have to be careful with sprint. The way sprint works is you get a little bit of a burst of speed, or it was called, what, reckless abandon kind of run or whatever. But the problem is after a sprint, your engineer gets tired, and he has to sit and catch his stamina back. So if anything, use the sprint to either get out of a delicate situation or to get into a building, because once you say capture the building, once the engineer arrives, it doesn't get tired anymore. It's ready to do the work. Okay, Shinzo declaring that this isn't worth it anymore as his engineer gets shot to death. What an excellent trade that was. I could have sworn I saw something valuable up here. Oh yeah, a Defender Core. Will the Defender Core deploy fast enough to negate the engineer's advance? I don't think so. Nope. Not at all. Oof. Okay, well, I know there's an engineer floating around here somewhere. Why? Because there always is. Okay, he's just gonna go for it. Shinzo taking the north here. Is that a Yara sub? Oh, it's a Shinobi. Okay. Okay. Decisive calls being made. I wondered what the hell that was. I did not check that. Anyway, let's do a refinery check. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Shinzo. And I count 1. That one's missing. I count 2 for Kenji. 3 for Kenji. There we are. Maybe went into security mode and had to do something about it. That defensive structure really kind of paying off. If it can mix up some of this infantry that's coming at you, everyone counts. Every single shot counts. It was an interesting little foray there. Kenji getting his Mecha Bay back online. I think Shinzo really has the upper hand here. I would love to see a Shinzo versus Warren match. Kenji getting another refinery online. Again, pretty close to Shinzo. Just a little bit behind on some of the economics and stuff. If Shinzo would stop making such bad decisions when it comes to attacking, that would be great, though. See, this is a problem. See how your allies' reinforcements or Shinzo's reinforcements are coming one at a time? That's called conga lining. I developed that term, like, I don't know, 6 years ago? A decade ago? I don't, like, forever ago. But when you give movement orders, make sure your entire army shows up at the same time. Nothing's more painful than having, let's say, 10 mammoth tanks, but they show up one after another, after another, after another. Have 3 or 4 of them show up at the same time. Because if one just shows up, then all the enemy has to deal with is 1 mammoth tank at a time, not 10 in a row, right? That's kind of what the deal is. So don't conga line. Get your troops together, have them appear on the battlefield at the same time, or as close to the same time as much as possible. In the example we had there with the 2 tsunami tanks, 1 showed up, and then 3, 2, 1, another one showed up, whereas they would have been able to deal much more damage had they shown at the same time. But whatever. We're talking about AI here, but we're still walking away with some good lessons. Sonic Decimator for Shinzo. I was not paying attention, I'll be honest. Got kind of enthralled with the whole lesson here. Alright, so these 4 will show up at the same... okay. We have 2... What is the deal here, Kenji? Are you honestly going to come all the way here and take this? This is, okay, a Scream which got 1 infantry. Interesting. King Oni on the field. I don't know why Yuriko's retreating. She still has plenty of work to do. And she can help with this aircraft. Okay, where did that other... Oh, it must have got... No, it's here. I was wondering where that other refinery core went. I kind of think these are more of the defining battle moments. The second you get 2 or 3 King Onis in the wave artillery, I kind of think this is over for Kenji. The only real rebuttal would be more strikers, for sure. Strikers would definitely call the match. So, neat thing about the Wave Force artillery, you can wait till it's fully charged, or you can pump it. I think it's forced. Oh, premature discharge. You get an immediate shot, but it's less potent. So instead of the full shot, if you're fighting an infantry, for example, maybe you only need to wait to the 2nd or 3rd bar instead of the 5th. Which especially is more important because if an enemy moves out of range, Wave Force artillery has to move up anyway, and then it actually loses its charge. I'm seeing some nasty, nasty turret creep in here out of Shinzo. This is interesting. Taking another refinery core. That is Shinzo's Yuriko. Yeah, I think this is over for Kenji. Once you get a Yuriko on the field, the whole anti-air problem is now not much of a problem. And that's over. Yep, Wave Force artillery for the win. Okay, being a little passive there, that's fine. We'll come back to that. Sonic Decimator in 2 minutes, which is what I wanted to double check on. There's a fully upgraded Dojo Core, fully upgraded Mecha Bay. And I don't think I saw a naval yard this go around, an Imperial naval yard. That's at level 1, Imperial Docks. That's at level 2. And the Mecha Bay core is absolutely thoroughly missing. 3 Wave Force artillery is going to decimate almost anything that comes in. Now, what makes Wave Force way better than other artillery types? The instant fire. The Athena and the Athena at least has to fully complete its cycle before any damage is dealt. The V4 deals damage effectively after it launches its missile because the damage is ongoing or it's incoming. But the Wave Force artillery can even throw just 1 point of damage quickly. That makes it still pretty worthwhile. Makes it far more valuable against infantry or lightly armored vehicles like, oh, I don't know, this refinery core, how about? Yep, that's ridiculous. Oh, and Yuri is down. Yuriko. There's a lot of Wave Force artillery. Holy crap, and King Onis, yeah, this is over. I think Kenji had a decent AI, but Shinzo's just the same, but faster, and went for more high-tech units. I think that was probably the bigger difference between these two AI. Holy crap. Just bam, and the dirt is gone. Yep. Didn't even have a chance to undeploy and relocate. Wave Force artillery are also way better for attack moving, in my opinion. Yeah, just crackerjack. Good. Sonic Decimator. Took care of a couple power plants. There is not much left here to be had. An impressive land force if I've ever seen one. Now, I don't think you'll be able to hit that, but points for effort? Oh, you sure can. Look at that. Holy crap, spackle. All that's left is this one ore refinery right here, and that's it. So none of those units are going to do any good. Or any of that, but... Oh, and a fresh Yuriko coming out. Yep, that does it. Oof. Shinzo is going to move on to the next round. That was ridiculous. Let's take a look at those resources. Yeah. Shinzo just moved faster. That's all that has to be said about it. 2.0 almost KD and 0.5 KD. That's rough. Yeah. Whew. What a struggle. But now we know who the Master Supreme of the Empire of the Rising Sun is. Next up, we're going to have a bit more of a mashup. Allies versus Soviets, or Allies versus Empire, or Soviets versus Empire. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. But yeah, I'll take a small break, and I'll catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.